Hey guys, Marvin here, and I'm really enjoying IEM Cologne, but man, is there so much Counter-Strike to watch. Didn't make a video yesterday, even though there was two really good games of like anticipated games that I really wanted to watch. Was the first one was Gambit G2, and I also want to watch Na'Vi versus Astralis. And I mean, you got to give it to Astralis, I think. I know I'm probably could be called a little bit of Astralis fanboy, but look at the team they have, and they're still making it to finals of IEM Cologne. And if you look at the teams that haven't made it, like yeah, you can talk about matchups and whatever, but the consistency out of Glaive, like his teams are just never bad for that long, and they've always just got that baseline competence. And yeah, they can have bad tournaments, bad games, whatever, slumps. All teams have their periods where they're not performing. But look at the caliber of teams that have. I mean, Nip, you would have thought big, heroic, Furia, complexity, mouse sports, vitality. Like these are some good teams that have already gone out of the tournament. And and look at Astralis right in there with this lineup that you know, you'd never think that this would be the team that would make the finals. At least over, like maybe you'd think that they could make, but when you look at all the other teams that and the strength of the other teams that are in here, like I'm just really impressed by that. And I'm also secondly really impressed with FaZe. I think I made a FaZe video from the play-in, and I was saying how happy I was that they somehow they scraped through the play-in, and now they've really gone on. I mean, I think they'll drop to the lower bracket, yeah, by Astralis straight away. That was also a really good match as well, and and then yeah, through the lower bracket, taking down Vitality, taking down Heroic, taking down Spirit. So yeah, some really nice performances up against Gambit in their first matchup, so unlucky there. But that brings us to our what we're going to talk about today's game. So today's game, we're looking at G2 versus Gambit, and G2 finally they they topple Gambit. They they get the monkey off their back. Gambit have been bullying G2, and I almost bet on G2. I just had a feeling that Gambit weren't looking as strong in the land environment of IEM Cologne. Like they dropped a map against Mouse. I mean, Mouse and Nip, they're both good teams. But yeah, I just from watching these games, I could see that they didn't look as scary as the Gambit of online Gambit. And I almost bet on G2 getting like 2.5 to 1, but you know, it's just that recent history of G2 just getting stomped by. You can look at this just every single time. Gambit, 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 Gambit. They picked up one map on train, which is no longer in the pool in their last four matchups. And yeah, I guess, and also that G2 seemed to have a bit of like I don't know in the big games they kind of choke a bit. Maybe I kind of got that impression a little bit. So I didn't end up betting it. But I did have a feeling that maybe this would be the scenario where G2, you know, and it also seeing as it was a less consequence. Like yes, it's good to make this go straight into the semis. Um, but even if they lost this map, they're still in the playoffs, so a little bit less pressure, but still just good to just yeah, like I said, get the monkey off the back get over Gambit finally. I mean, it was a really close series. 13-16, 16-10, 14-16. And we're going to look at AmaNEk on the T side of Inferno, the decider. 16 kills. I think AmaNEk is the only G2 player I haven't made a video about. And I don't know why that is, because I like AmaNEk. I think this is a good team. A lot's been said about the AWPing situation with AmaNEk and Nico, and is AmaNEk an AWPer? Is Nico the AWPer? But I think we kind of, when we talk about that, we kind of miss how good AmaNEk has been. I know that Nico's a very strong player, and took all 20 bullets to take Shiro through the smoke there, but we got him. Yeah, and I just think, yeah, AmaNEk maybe being not getting the respect that he's deserved, being, I think, a very capable player in this lineup, and oh, that was nice. 1v1. Surely no time. Maybe he did have time, but it was pretty low. It was pretty close. And 3k in the pistol. A nice way to start it. And this is part of the AmaNEk game that we kind of love to see. The Mac 10, AmaNEk 10. I mean, he's made a name for himself with this gun. I have an AmaNEk sticker on my Mac 10 because just of how good he is with his weapon and how often he uses it. Um, and he's been doing this for he's been using it like this for a while now. So anyway, we'll watch him. I really like watching AmaNEk with the Mac 10. You know, he's good with all the weapons really, as you can see, but he's definitely got a unique playstyle, I'll say that. And also, yeah, just keep in mind, he's going to be doing this, getting these kills, get these 16 kills on the T side of Inferno against Gambit. Like, and I don't think Gambit were playing all that bad. I think, um, okay, we get trade. Nice. Double entry into the site. Alright. Not clearing that. I guess they didn't know. Just got an armored Glock and some util. Hero AK on Nico. Yeah, I really like this G2 team. It really works, I think. Maybe some questions can be made about the cooling, about the some of the T sides sometimes look a bit shoddy out of Nexa, but sometimes Nexa, like, it really puts in some really nice fragging performances that you don't see out of a lot of in-game leaders. So it's really like a trade-up, like a toss-up between, like, you can have a in-game leader like Carrigan who's gonna, like, 9 times, maybe 8 times out of 10, he's gonna make the right mid-round call, get you into a favorable position, but he's not gonna contribute a lot on the fragging side. I mean, sometimes he has these games where he puts up some numbers, but generally you're going to see Carrigan towards the bottom of the scoreboard. Whereas Nexa, that's not the case. And like Nico's been an in-game leader. I know it didn't really work out for him so well in phase, but this is an experienced team, so I don't think that there'd be too much of an upgrade to change in-game leaders, unless it's like, I mean, unless they're getting Carrigan back, but they're not. Or maybe they get Glaive, but that's probably very unlikely to happen. So who is there to change Nexa out? And then can't take out Jax. I mean, Jax is, I'd say, one of the core members of the players, just what he provides on, especially on the T side. I made a video about this not too long ago about how important Jax was to the team. And I think it's been pretty clear with Jax out of the team compared to with Jax in the team. It's night and day. Oh my, just drive by with that not Mac 10, Tech 9. And they win the force by AmaNEk goes down, but and see, he could have bought an AK here, but he's going Mac 10. They like Gambit are going to force in this round, but they're not going to have the best guns, but they still have armor and some kind of weaponry. But still, AmaNEk chooses the Mac 10. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of G2. I've made quite a few videos about G2. I definitely thought it was quite interesting at towards the start of this year where they brought in Nico. It really made it an interesting team for me. And then they made the old AWP switch. We hear footsteps in library. What? Okay, so AmaNEk knows that, and he's going to now he's seen a smoke come out of library. We're going to calm that over, and the rest of the team's going to group up, try and take short. I don't know if that was like a mouse wheel jump out of Nafni, but I don't think he want to be jumping mid-spray there. Kind of cost him his life. So I guess AmaNEk got kind of lucky there. But yeah, it does get the one kill. Takes the space, gets the info. No, I gotta love that. Just mowed down Intez with the Mac 10. And that's one of the benefits, because when they're not buying head armor, it's a one bullet headshot with the Mac 10. or pretty much any gun at that range. And you can just come out firing, sprinting, holding down the trigger. Another fast round out of G2. Just one flash and bang, they're off. And some very good entries out of AmaNEk. A kill and an assist onto the... And they just broke up that quite powerful crossfire, but I guess the flash was so good. Didn't even matter.
Bomb has been planted.
3v2, probably Gambit is saving. Just fast forward. So I'm probably gonna make another predictions video about IEM Cologne now that the playoffs are this weekend. Yeah, just so probably in the next day or two. So look out for that. Put a comment on who do you think's gonna take it? Do you think Gambit? Do you think Gambit are gonna take it? I mean, they've been so dominant. I don't know how much of an effect the studio LAN type environment is having. It's got to have some for sure. It seems like teams like Astralis and FaZe, who are more experienced teams, are tending to do well. Maybe that's one of the reasons why they've made it in the playoffs. But then you got teams like Big. You would have thought they're an experienced team, but they didn't make it. I mean, is this G2's tournament? Can they finally pick up a title? They've been good for so long. It kind of seems like they deserve one. And I mean, IEM Cologne would be a nice one to pick up. The first kind of land. AmaNEk just holding the flank here. And again, I think they're just going to save. Oh, sorry. Axile got 2 exits and then AmaNEk, he killed them. Yeah, I mean, Big probably could have. I mean, they lost to VP, both maps going OT. Some entries out of AmaNEk. I don't think he. I think he meant to extinguish that. It's kind of weird how he was looking for the... Okay, now it's all fallen apart, but he was looking for the entries up short, and then he's come around to long side while his teammates just stayed short and they got flanked. Um, yeah, I don't know what if that was like Nexa told him to do that, or that was just something he decided to do. It seemed to be a bit of a weird rotation. Like if you wanted to fall back, he could have held the flank for and stopped something like that happen. But just coming around to long, and maybe they were going for trying to set up the A split. Is it easier in hindsight to critique the plays after you see how they go wrong? But you know, that's why we watch the demos so we can learn. Again, AmaNEk clearing these mid angles, taking mid control. This is what Inferno is all about. Taking this mid control, using that arch smoke to close off the crossfire, and then you clear the arch side. Now we're going to clear short, and it looks like Gambit are very like happy with just giving them all this space to walk up. And that was a nice shot. Inters with the triple kill on the side, but like look at that entry fragging. It's really that like just the pathing, just to look down with the flash, jump, and then just straight headshot into the pit. That was real nice. I mean, and he's just a soldier, AmaNEk. He's just prepared to just to do that over and over again. Buy his Mac 10, take space, and then he can AWP on CT side too. I mean, he's just a really good player. I just he's like, is he underrated? Am I just crazy for thinking that he's not getting enough respect? Like, I think people are getting just too distracted by the AWP and the Nico situation, and they're missing just a really good player. Nice, Nico, double entries. That's why we pick up Nico when we can get him, because sometimes he's gonna go into the site when you're around with his aim. 4-7 on T side Inferno against Gambit. I mean, this has been the best team of 2021, and they're really just kind of on this T side Inferno. They get whatever they want. Oh, nice. 3v2. Jack's low HP, but you know, it's got to be oh yeah, I remember this. Just just like the I just like that they're kind of playing Gambit at their own game. They take the advantage, and then they freeze, and they oh, nice. That was, I don't know how that was a headshot, but sometimes that running inaccuracy works out for you, and you aim at the feet and or aim at the body, and it just hits the head randomly. But yeah, like I was saying, they just take the space, they take the advantage, and they hold the advantage. They don't try and overplay their hand. They don't try and rush and force the round just because they have the advantage at the moment. and they just trying to want to quickly finish the round with the because they know they have the upper hand. They just, they work it, they grind it out. They really they make sure that no mistakes. I remember that as well. We saw that on the broadcast from Axel's POV, and it looked kind of crazy. But from AmaNEk's POV, it looks like Axel kind of whiffed some bullets. Survives on 4 HP. But yeah, you're thinking Axel gets that every day of the week normally. 1v5. Oh yeah. Hobbit saving and he kind of kills everyone and saves the M4. Saves an AK. 9-4. And that's the other thing. So Gambit use their last timeout right now. And, you haven't even gone 14 rounds. Makes me wonder how much, I mean, I don't know much about the Gambit coach, but, like, I wonder how much impact he was having, in the online era when coaches could talk a lot more. And how much coming back to LAN and not having that coach who can talk and who can micromanage and really help the in-game leader. Like I said, I don't know, I'm just speculating some things. I mean, it could just be an off day for Gambit. Not really an off day, they were playing well. They lost a close match against G2, who I think are a really good team, so might not even be an off day. Might just be just a good day for G2. Like I said, they've been playing well for a long time, so they definitely deserve to have, a good day. Maybe even a tournament win. But if you think, like, so let's... Astralis FaZe, not really seeing them... I mean, I'm impressed that they've made it to the playoffs, but I'm not seeing them pick up the win for the entire series. Na'Vi also made it to the other semi-final after beating Astralis, and they look to be in some pretty good form recently, so they definitely could be winning the whole thing. Gambit obviously are in the running to win the whole thing, just because of what they've showed us the whole of 2021 really, and just how good they've been. And then G2 I think are the other ones who can definitely take this thing away. VP, don't think so. I mean, maybe, but I think Gambit and Na'Vi are both better teams, and G2 as well. I probably think they're better. Anyway, I'll make my predictions video and you can entry frag again up this, taking this mid control. 2v2 Hunter on the site. Yeah, I'll make my predictions video and tomorrow or the next day you can see who I end up predicting. Hunter goes for just a push through the smoke with low HP, hoping no one's there, I guess. But someone is there. Next are in the 1v2. Pulls out the molly. And that's it. 6-9 half. And that's all we'll watch for today. Just a nice video on AmaNEk. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, the playoffs this weekend. Definitely going to be watching some of that. Look really excited. And yeah, stay tuned for the next videos. Thanks for watching.